Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bodywood Brawl League Season 3 in the upper division. We're here for a game between Aenur and Hole Poker. You can see the rating here is pretty similar to one another. We have Scavenger, one warband is deployed around the buildings while the other is around its wagon. This is typically a Rivals in the Ruins kind of game, meaning that both of the players will be very much located around their wagon anyway. We see Aenur playing as the Mercenaries, Hole Poker playing as the Cult of the Possessed, as you know before from both of these two. We have the morale pretty similar to one another, 204 for Aenur, 221 for Hole Poker. So we're gonna expect quite a few casualties going down here. Aenur, who happened to get Wordstone Rush, sees that all the Wordstone are located just near Hole Poker's wagon. Hole Poker meanwhile had crushed their will. Always a little tricky here for Hole Poker's deployment. I guess it's going to take a little bit of time as he has a million points that he can choose between when it comes to the buildings. As we are waiting, let's take a look at the league table as it stands right now. You can see that these two players are very close to one another, and this could be a very interesting and decisive game for both of them, ending up who's gonna finish third and fourth. Raritor is of course chasing them both, and Hole Poker could afford to lose here owing to his greater points compared to Aenur, as long as he gets a few points himself and make this a close fight, while Aenur will not have that luxury. He needs to win here if he wants to take third spot. Let's quickly jump ahead of the deployment. And here we are. You can see there is a reason why Aenur put the Warlock as fast forward as possible here, in order to use up the magic that he has. Oh wow, Send Slash already from the start. That's kind of unlucky. Aenur has had some bit of bad luck with some of his spell casting with this Warlock, unlike many of the other casters in the league. Yeah, so he was trying to move forward, cast two Mastered Lightnings and then move back, which is the nice thing about offensive magic casters, is that you only need to see their little toe and you can do full damage to them, unlike shooting, which gets a massive to hit penalty. Well, it doesn't look good. It means that the Last Good Talent marksman here could probably reach the same Dark Soul. No, I do wonder why Hole Poker put him right there. We could see a loss here for Hole Poker at the very start. It's a very good shooting opportunity. It's right there in the open. Actually sees Gideus here, the mutant. He's a melee unit, much like a lot of units in Hole Poker's war, but he has an over-reliance on melee units, which makes him scary in certain scenarios, but it's kind of an odd build here. He has two Dark Soul Last Good Talents, which are really powerful, and a mutant and a marauder all decked out for melee, but the odd thing here is that if you have that much melee, you typically win fights when you have scattered and so forth, but he has a very low initiative here as well to capitalize on that. Plus with 4 melee units, it's very difficult to get Weapon of Destruction on all 4 of them. But we do see the mutant. Wow! Remember that both of the Mutant and Marauder of Hole Poker's team here has clawed feet, meaning +2 movement. They can really go the distance, and you can see that he's already been buffed with Weapon of Destruction here, so this could hurt. 42 seconds, he's thinking of it, and he's doing a charge here. 77 damage on a charge. See if Serpico can survive this. It looks like he's probably going to, unless there's something else that's coming in. Such a shame to start like that. Aenur comments, well, it's he's gonna use Flee here to put himself in a better position. 0% chance of a critical hit. Mastered, wow, look at the distance he gets from that, and then he has 2 more blue pills to put himself in safety. That's a good thing. Serpico is open for attack here. Could he be shot by 2 of the brethren, possibly? See one of them here. Yeah, they're talking about this since both Aenur and Holpoker, they did play. Oh wow, misses that. That was crucial. They did play a game that desynced, and I talked to both of them, and it seems that Aenur had a bit of bad luck. He got hit by a critical hit and was going down the drain as they desynced, and now they have remade it. Things might still not be too optimistic for Aenur at the start, but that miss. He wants to put himself somewhere in safety, I assume, instead of using 2 shots there. If I had hit that. The thing is, if you do let the Warlock live here, he can still do a lot of damage. You know he's gonna pull back. Let's see what Rickert can do. He has what looks like dueling pistols. Gonna shoot at the open Dark Soul. There we go. You see it, he's already reached level 8. Meaning that he's gonna get 3 shots off. Still not quite enough to kill Logran here. Yes, curses are always a risk. Tell that to all of the divine casters in the league, Holpoker. Is it worthwhile here to use exhaustion and get a reload? Aenur deems it is, and he has a lot of units coming up here, so he could move into some ambush positions here to protect. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, Aenur seems to be able to get units here in front of the Warlock, and that could protect him. The fact that the Brethren did not shoot twice or hit the one time he did decide to shoot might have saved him. Will we see Logran go down here? I think so. And Aenur takes the lead, 1-0. Kind of expected there. He decides to stand in the open with this unit as well. Inviting chargers coming in. This warrior is not quite making it, owing to him having 1 blue pill less than the others, no doubt, being a low level. He needs to get the units in here. Holpoker has a very melee-centered team, as we talked about, and it's going to be up to Aenur to try and use his range to equalize it, and he's already starting doing that. See the mutant very near here. In general, this should favor Aenur here, because all of his units are pretty gathered, so he knows where they will end up, all of them. And that's not the same for Holpoker. Remember that he was a little bit spread out in the various buildings here. He might be here and there He did get to choose to deploy them, however, so there's no excuse for the Dark Souls position, but it can sometimes be difficult to find a close setup, even within those buildings. So we have 2 warriors already, grouping up. It would be perfect for a Poison Wind Globadier here, but there is none to... Oh wow, yeah, look at this. It's a very exciting game for both of them. They are the 2 players that are doing best for their respective factions here, Mercenaries and Cult of the Possessed. Holpoker's only lost once so far in the entirety of the league. It looks a little bit tough here to redo that. I think this ship has sort of sailed here with the Brethren not being able to shoot at the Warlock. It's going to do a continuous 120-130 damage from afar here, and that might eventually wear Holpoker down. We're not up for guessing too much, but let's see what's going to happen. It actually decides to use Exhaustion here, so it's going to take 30 damage from this. Well, could probably kill off Asher here if he wants to, but seems to go for the big mutant instead. Remember, he's also taking 30 damage at the end of this. He has 9% chance of a critical hit here. That's a relatively decent amount. It is increasing due to Rune of Misfortune, so 11% and now 13, and he manages a critical hit. Oh wow, that could be very, very dangerous here. None of these 2 units are gonna be able to reach. Is it? Or are they? No, he won't be able to reach. Well, there is a very narrow gap for this ambush in that case, if he puts up an ambush there. Was that really worth it? I don't think it was. Look at this, he's barely moving anywhere, and yeah, that was not really worth it. 30 damage for almost nothing. Yeah, it is time to retaliate. Guts is going to be very open, and I keep saying this, but remember the 30 wounds that is going to hit him. Sometimes it can be a significant factor, particularly early on in these games. Like, look at this guy, he only has 217 wounds. If he takes 30 damage, it is a significant portion. It's like being hit an extra time. I think this is it's better to have an ambush at the very top here. Because as soon as those ambushes trigger and you get engagements, you want to make sure that you're covering the archers and the warlock here. Well, the warlock is not going to be covered at all, but no need to cover him, since he's gonna run away. Yeah. What kind of tactical advantage do Aenur get from sacrificing guts here to most of these units? Does he get anything? He needs to kill him though, because even if he's stunned, what's gonna happen is the warlock might move forward and finish off the mutant with 2 lightnings. You need to get into combat with this unit here. This is Lorcan, one of the powerful Lord's Got Talent Dark Souls, and he's not using his time efficiently. Look at this, 12 seconds. Oh, yeah. What is he going to do? Is he not attacking anything? 5, 4, 3. Misses, naturally. 4 seconds, he's gonna attack really quickly here. And misses a second time, wow. Yeah, this has been very, very unlucky for Hullpoker so far. Wow, that was very quick work though. Manages to just get in there in time. Now, Guts can apparently take quite a bit of punishment. 45% armor. Has 240 wounds left, remaining 210 in reality. So needs to do 210 to him to kill him off. Remember that Aenur does not have any opportunity for healing. Very few warbands do. Yeah, Gideus is very susceptible to the double lightning here, and he's going to take it. Just gonna be trading one hero for another. Wow. Was the mutant really that far off? And remember, he has a lot of movement as well, but you kind of start wondering what Hullpoker's game plan is here. He was clearly spread out way off from where this fight is taking, and he saw the opportunity with the Warlock and decided to go for it, but it's really backfiring. Not just because he couldn't manage to kill the Warlock, it's because he... Yeah, well, actually that is kind of the main reason, I suppose, but he needed his units to be more grouped up, more gathered. Look at Aenur's units, he started off all of them very close to one another. He needed the same here. Is he gonna trigger an ambush? Does he want to trigger an ambush? You can see Guts here in the right corner of the screen. And as always, when we are watching one of Aenur's games, bear with us, of course, since he does not have the settings for widescreen. He keeps resetting it or something like that. So that's why the screen is a little bit more pushed together than what it usually should be. We have 204 in morale. Still a lot of kills left to be made for one of the parties to rout. He's very indecisive here, thinking about what he should do. Going in on Guts, 67% chance. It's not a great hit chance, but he managed it twice here. Have another Lord's Got Talent warrior here coming up also against Guts. Is this going to be 27 damage? He's hitting the 77% hit chances here. It's going to be around 100 damage. And misses one. That is mathematically accurate at least. 30 damage to do maybe 28 damage. Definitely working out as an anchor here for Aenur's warband, and he has free reign to come in with the rest of the units and do whatever he can here. Is Guts going to survive this? 23-23.
A new round has started.
Yes, he's gonna survive it with 12 wounds left remaining. Gonna see double blasts here. Gonna be looking for Gideus, the mutant. That is interesting. Look at that. That is 15% magic resistance, but you do see that he has Demon Soul on that mutant, meaning he has 25% magic resistance. Wow, this is ballsy if he wants to actually stay around here. I would pull back as far as possible. Actually, it's an Overwatch too. Cannot really retreat now. Well, actually, that is an odd decision by Aenur. Well, as you say, so he has Demon Soul, 25% magic resistance plus his intelligence, meaning that Aenur has more or less mastered improved casting for his Warlock, which is a very expensive and very time-consuming skill to get here, but it's going to do him really well against the little magic resistance people might have. As we've seen previously in the league here, Sisters of Sigmar are running rampant with their Comets of Sigmar, spamming all over the place with few people able to resist them. Well, almost no one able to resist them, in fact. $29, that is definitely killing off Guts then, he doesn't need to kill him, that's overkill. And that's equalizing the score, but I'm not sure that was actually worth his red pills. Remember that the R2 marksman coming up here and being engaged would have given him 30%, wow, mastered adrenaline rush. Would have given 30% range resistance for all of these units that were engaged to Guts. So that's a misstep by Hullpoker. It's gonna be easier to hit now. Move back to very far. Did he actually use the Master Adrenaline Rush for something, or did he just take 30 damage or 60 damage? It seems like that might have been the case. Wow. That was nice, but that was a tactical error by Aenur, definitely. Don't really know what Aenur was thinking there, but at least it's entertaining for all of us, and they are doing a few mistakes here and there, both of them, and it's drawing up to be an interesting game. So far we have 2 heroes lost for Aenur, 1 hero and 1 henchman lost for Hullpoker, so Hullpoker has a slight advantage right now. But the pain is coming in. And where is that Marauder? I was gonna wish he had that 30%. Targeting Ricket, 2% chance of a critical hit. It could be that Asher here is just such a low level brethren that he's not even level 3, so he might not even have 2 shots. Yeah, 213 wounds, that is not that difficult to take off. 11% chance of a critical hit hitting Lorcan here. Look, he would have loved to have the 30% range resistance. Would have helped, and he manages to score a critical hit, 11% chance. All of this low chance critical hit seems to be going in Aenur's favor. He had a previous one as well on the mutant, as you remember. Can't really get in there. Aenur's gonna need this. This is a big power boost. Can he get a final kill here on Lorcan? Think he might. Yes, he does. Another critical hit. The Marauder is most likely going to do some sort of delay here, waiting for the Dark Souls to come in, trigger all of the ambushes or engagements from these warriors. It's important that he leaves at least a single warrior defending these units, or the last good talent marksman here might eat it from the Marauder. I guess what Aenur is doing here is he's using these units right now as a way of gathering intel. That's what he did with the Warlock, but it puts them in such awkward positions sometimes. Particularly the Warlock. I can understand that when you have a ranged unit that needs to reload as such, but the Warlock has full potential power even from far away. So you want to get in on the Brethren Archer here? Seems like it. He's searching for the Marauder. %4 chance of a critical hit. Is he going to make it again here? No, he's not. So they're locking down one of the Dark Souls. If he can get someone else in there, he can lock down more of them. He wants to go around. He could get towards the Brethren Archer. No, he's gonna lock down the Dark Soul. That's got talent, no? Yes, with the low level warrior. 1% chance of a critical hit. Now Isidro might be a good unit here to just block paths, attacking paths. It's gonna go up against the Brethren, alright. We did briefly see that they were there. Let's not lock down this Dark Soul to the right. Remember that they cannot disengage, but they might have a tracking lure available to them. Well, let's see here what he does. He needs to leave units to protect Rickert in case the Marauder comes in. See, the Marauder can do a lot of damage in one turn. Can definitely kill Rickert off. Remember, Rickert used exhaustion as well on this turn. So what is Pippin thinking? Okay, he wants to engage. Yeah, he sees the Marauder, he sees the Magister. No, Asher does have 2 red pills left remaining, so he can actually shoot more than once. But he's consistently only shot once. Double Rune of Dismay is gonna impact here. have any impact whatsoever on the Dark Soul. So what is the Marauder's business here? What is he going to do? Remember the Master generally rushed from the Magister. He might have buffed up the Marauder here with Weapon of Destruction using that. There have definitely been some powerful exhaustion and Master Damage effects from Hullpoker, but I think that is deliberate since he plays the Cult Obsessed. It's not known what kind of mutations he's going to get, and I believe he told me once before that it's better to just focus on those skills as he would want them anyway, and then start tailoring depending on what kind of mutations he got after that. We don't see any kind of buffs here. He's definitely going north. He has a great sword. It's going to be only 2 attacks. Is Ricket going to be in danger here? Yep, another one. 108! Oh my good lord, that was so hurtful. And he manages a miss! That is going to make him live. That is going to make him live. And he has Adrenaline Rush for a 3rd attack, but that was lucky. That is gonna turn things around. That is going to turn things around. 9% critical hit chance, did not manage it. It's not the 11 that Aenur managed to score. Wow, that is so lucky. A 95% miss here. And gonna try and focus fire down Elgren. It's gonna be important once it's the Magister's turn here because he can use order, and if you have more than 1 unit on him, it's gonna be randomized who starts. Oh, he has 31 wounds. Ricket has 31 wounds. 0% chance of a critical hit at least. It's an interesting thing that he... because you're Aenur. Yeah. It's kind of a joke that some of the community players have done, and myself included, Aenur being the 2nd luckiest player in the world. Partly due to, of course, his run through the BBL Season 2, where he's the reigning champion. Could have even more damage coming in here. Misses a 78, so that's one of the first misses that Aenur does. Could be significant for his survival as well. Gonna try a switch tactic here. Getting a boost in initiative, might go above the Marauder. So he has this low level warrior to fight. Yeah, he has Attracting Lure available to him. Gets out of the situation. Where can he go? Yeah, but even if he did drop out, he couldn't have gone anywhere, so he had to go in there. It's the angle. It is the angle. Hullpoker taking a lot of time on him again here, trying to decipher where certain units should go and where they shouldn't go. He's a little bit blocked off right now, and might have been that the best attacking option would have been the unit he used to Attracting Lure on. Is he gonna focus fire down something? We know he can manage a full attack round with a parry in less than 5 seconds, but oh, manages another Attracting Lure. No? Yes, he does. Really putting them away from the fight. Nestling up this position here that Aenur's taking such a long time on him to manufacture. He has used 4 blue pills already, so he shouldn't have too many left. Gonna focus on Isidro. Oh wow. Only a few wounds left. He's gonna use Adrenaline Rush to finally finish him off. Equalizing the score here again. 3-3. Well, it's Aenur complaining about bad luck here, but it has a really low chance of resisting those lures anyway. None of his units clipped the wall. It was the opposing units that clipped the wall. And it's not just about clipping the wall, it's that you have an opportunity to disengage. And that is a tricky thing. That is mostly have to do about space, and there was ample space here. Gonna see if he can come on the Marauder, but he needs a bit of luck, to be honest. He needs a bit of luck because he's engaged with 3 units, and an order is gonna randomize who he's gonna hit. If only he hit that 95% chance, he would have finished the Rickert off. Now that is not going to happen. I like that Hullpoker's built an Order Magister here. We haven't seen any other character focusing on Order so far. Manages the exact target that he wanted. Yeah, the lures are strong. That's what they are. So the Marauder is probably not going to live here. He has been skipped by the Wolf Priest, as you can see. Is he gonna see Chains? Yeah, we are going to see Chains of Chaos. It's gonna limit the amount of damage he can do. Hoping that the Marauder is gonna live a little bit longer to do 3 more attacks here. Using Adrenaline Rush. Hullpoker needs to find a way to make his 2 brethren useful in some way. They are the low levels, they're replacing the Last God Talon Dark Souls, but they're sort of an Achilles heel of Hullpoker's Warband because they don't really contribute anything right now. Well, one of them did switch weapons and went into melee and kill off the Warlock, but other than that, they have not done much. And they need to do more, they need to pull their weight. He needs to get some special skills in them. Headshots, knee shots, nerve shots, anything that can help. Nerve shots should be relatively useful here, even if it is a cult of possessed woman, since Hullpoker does not have a single weapon mutation, so he doesn't go through parry on any of his units. I bet he would have wanted that to happen. He switched up to double mace here. Is he gonna block this this warrior off? I think he is. Only gets 1 attack off, it's not gonna be enough. Remember, he takes 30 damage from Adrenaline Rush, yeah. $48. It's almost maximum damage. Still needs 29 more damage done to him. It's a very tense fight so far. Aenur's going to equalize that, isn't he? In some form, the marksman here should be able to shoot down the Marauder. Wolf Priests are pretty good against attracting lures. Remember that they have a passive that gives plus 35% to leadership tests. It does apply to attracting lure. I've always thought that it did apply to route tests as well, but apparently it does not, according to some tests that we did. Not a great shot, but he wants to use aim here. Hitting the Marauder. There we go. And misses. This could be important. Let's see if he manages the second one. 85% chance. 82% chance. And that's it for the Marauder then. He's not going to live. Gonna go looking for... Oh, actually he's gonna take the idol. Plus 3 movement. Might he reach the Magister? No. Ah yeah, he can definitely do that if he wants to. Probably should. So with the Marauder going to die, it's going to be the last got talent of Hole Poker here that can actually do some of the heavy lifting, and he needs that to happen. And if you haven't noticed here, we have seen very few Weapon of Destruction since the very first turn from Hole Poker, so this could be something he needs to do. Weapon of Destruction, doing a little bit more heavy damage. And after that, this is kind of, yeah. Thought that for a second I should have faced him all alone, but no, he's only engaged to one of them. But Weapon of Destruction needs to come into play. It's such a powerful spell. It's can really help to butcher down the armor of Aenur here. There we see it, managing to equalize the score again, 4-4. Drawing up to be a very close game. I think they will still be neck and neck in the table if Aenur happens to win this, and Hole Poker, if he wins, it's gonna pull ahead a little bit, but it's not that much. Focusing on why go in with a strong blow. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Now he needs to do a second strong blow. He needs to do a second strong blow, but why did he do that? He could have just used 4 regular attacks. That would have been so much better. I think Aenur is realizing his mistake. Doesn't seem to have used up any exhaustion, right? No, so he's gonna live for now. And a normal Web of Steel. In some way, the multitude of melee heroes here for Hole Poker serves a contingency plan here. If one of them dies, he still can dish out a lot of damage with Weapon of Destruction, but it's important to keep the Magister alive, and he is going down. He's tumbling down the deep end. Lots of armor. Maybe use Adrenaline Rush to finish off the low-level Mercenary Warrior in the last turn. But he's slowly whittling himself down here. He needs to keep his wounds counts up if he's gonna be able to challenge the captain here. Has Frenzy available, a regular one. I'm not sure that's worth. I mean, it's 5% extra, 15% extra damage. Sorry about that, a little hiccup. Well, that is a sizable amount of damage. Can he actually kill him here? He needs to land this blow. And Hullpoker takes the lead. It's very neck and neck in the morale department here, but yeah, Aenur cannot lose too many more units here, and Hullpoker can lose a little bit more. Remember that Aenur also took the banner here that could increase the morale for Hullpoker if he manages to take it back. He is currently on the warrior engaged with the Magister. These adrenaline rushes have really done a lot for Hullpoker. It's a very tense battle indeed, very tense. I don't think we have had as close of a fight. I mean, these are neck on neck all the time here. And you can see that they are very even, both in rating and equipment and power. And that is despite Hullpoker having 2 more PvEs available to him. Bit more damage on Crocus. Does not manage a critical hit.
A new round has started.
That could be very big. That could be extremely big. That means that Aenur equalizes and the leader is gone. And there will be no more Weapon of Destructions. He only cast a few at the very start of the turn and now he has none of them. Yep, now it's very much in his favor indeed, because the Brethren are not, again, really doing it. They're not pulling the same weight as the Marksman or the low-level Warrior did for Aenur. I can see why he needs them. I mean, you do need a little bit of range. You don't want an entire warband of melee, but he needs the specialized skills on them to make them a threat. At this point, all they're doing is 20 damage a turn. It might be, might be. I mean, the captain has a lot of wounds left remaining, but so too does the Dark Soul Landscape talent here. It's about how hurt the other units are, and we have a warrior, 2 warriors of Aenur that are pretty much hurt. We have Brethren that is very hurt. Both of them are 2 of them are fighting in the building here. I remember Hullpoker was 5 points ahead in the table, so if Aenur would happen to win here 6-5, that would still be one point in advantage for Hullpoker. And he could very well route after this. I mean, he has 14 morale up. That is meaning that any unit that really goes down from here, unless it's one of the really low level Brethren, should cause a route test on Hullpoker. He's gonna do some melee with these now. Focusing more on Corcus. He's below half of his wounds. Doing a bit more damage on Chorus. I didn't really get that. It probably was 10 seconds when it ran out. Oh, that must be some sort of lag in that case. That seems really odd. Would be a shame if that's deciding things, but it seems to be a lag effect on Hullpoker's side. Pippin is going to win this fight. Yeah, he has a parry and manages an all-alone check. I think he has a lower... Yeah, he must have had a lower chance than the Magister did, but he still managed it. Could have... would have made him close to being finished off as well. Remember that Aenur is also not that far from a route test here. It's 34 morale. 34 morale, that's 2 kills. Let's see a counterattack? Yeah, we are. It's not looking great for Corcus. Oh, and he manages a low chance critical hit. Wow. That's gonna open him up for the captain and he's gonna be finished off. That was just what Aenur wanted. Yeah, in one way it is strange, I can agree. Both of them have around 5 to 10% chance of scoring critical hits here, and so far it's pretty much only Aenur that seems to score them, but yeah, this is gonna open up a world of hurt on Kairos, not Koros. Very similar names here. Didn't score a critical hit there, but the captain is sure to finish him off. But why does he stand? He's still blocking the path. He should have moved away a little bit further. I think this is smart. Doesn't have too many wounds left remaining. Could use a single attack here somewhere. Probably wants to attack Corcus if he can, but I don't think he can. I don't think they are that low. I mean, look at the wounds total here. They seem to be about the same as what Aenur is. Maybe Aenur has a bit of resilience, but we have seen the 10% chances here. 5% critical chances for Hullpoker as well. So that's not really the case. Yeah, it's like 10 exactly, which is similar to Aenur. So they've had about the same chance of scoring critical hits here. It's just been a little bit one-sided. On the other hand, Aenur did have his Warlock miscast there, and he miscast with the Wolf Priest without any penalty. Koros is gonna take a bit of damage. See, 10% critical hit chance here. Oh, he's not gonna score a critical hit. Should be almost impossible. There was one mistake that really got me, Hullpoker says. We don't really know what, but the game is ending 6-5. Aenur takes the lead, but Hullpoker is still ahead of him in the table. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this very exciting game, and we'll see you in more games in the future. Thank you for watching.